entire personality, with all your memories, impressions, thoughts, go into a potential state, a seed state, total ignorance. Naham janami, na kinchit janami. Neither I know myself, nor I know anything else. Complete ignorance, deep sleep state. The moment you awake, become conscious, remember that which I shared few months back. There is a difference between your being conscious and waking up, opening your eyes and stepping out of bed. First, you are conscious. In deep sleep, you are totally ignorant, unconscious, as though. Long before you open your eyes to see things, you are already conscious within and observe your thoughts. Average man doesn't know how to differentiate between being conscious and then getting up. The moment you wake up, you are just conscious. Just like in your house. You wake up inside your house. After finishing the activities there, you step out of your home to go to market. When you wake up, you're waking up to this memory of your house inside. And then you step out through your senses to the outside world. So the moment you wake up, first thing you have to do is to be aware of yourself as to who you are. Rest of the universe, call it your thoughts, your body, and the whole creation, is not under our control. When I was sleeping, the body was still growing, changing, aging. When the individual is asleep, individuality asleep, all activities are taking place in the universe. The stars, galaxies, your tiny body, your whole, all your senses, everything continuously aging and changing. As you are lying down in deep sleep, the earth continues to spin. The birds are getting ready to blossom. Rivers continue to flow. The whole universe is on the move, even though you are asleep. Clearly shows, as we saw yesterday, Maya eva niyata purvameva nimittamatram bhavasabhyasachin. Hey Arjuna, everything has already been touched by me. Rute vitvana bhavishyanti sarve. Even without your killing them, touching them, none of them shall survive. The creation already on the move. Unstoppable Juggernaut, the vast creation. Not moving because of us. And you see that. First thing you recognize when you wake up. Even when you are asleep, your heart was pumping, blood circulation going, breathing continuous, all physical activities were going on. Not only your body, but also whole physical universe. The rivers continue to flow. Stars continue to shine. Planets move. Galaxies spin. None of these activities come to standstill because you are asleep. And same thing will happen when your body dies. Your body comes to an end. When it lies down lifeless, stilled, nothing shall stop even for a moment. Clearly shows the creation is on the move without my involvement. Therefore, recognize yourself as you are and let your mind, your body be an instrument of the totality. Nimitta matram bhava. Nothing runs because of us. Just imagine, friends. You take pride in, let us say, human beings take pride in creating electricity. If there is no rain, total drought, rivers dry up, no hydroelectricity. You take the credit for irrigation facility. The water must be there, and that's not your creation. Even if one day you succeed in creating water from the atmosphere, you do not produce hydrogen and oxygen. And that the hydrogen and oxygen make water is not your decision. Please see that. First thing, the moment you wake up, this is your meditation. Being yourself, who you are, and what all you have, your mind, your senses, your body and all the limbs are only instruments in the hand of Ishvara. As long as I claim them to be me or mine, you block the wish of the totality. When you withdraw, see yourself as you are. Body becomes an instrument, as even your mind. The highest form of worship, where the worshipper itself resolves, disintegrates in the altar of God, the totality. Name it whatever you like. Shivam Sarvam, spaciousness, or Sarvam, that which is everything. Masculine, feminine, neuter. And appreciate. Nothing happens in this universe because of us. My body was not created because of me. The possibilities were already inherent. Your intelligence, your emotions, your thoughts are all inherent, already existing. Can you just use it? That much is expected. Not to identify with the instruments, own, possess, and be obsessive about it. That brings your own misery and pain. When you are yourself who you are. Nimitta matram bhavasabhya sajin. Just be an instrument where you never take any credit. No instrument ever takes the credit. The car doesn't feel proud. It's moving 200 kilometers per hour. The pot doesn't take credit for the food being cooked. The pen doesn't take credit for writing. Body by itself doesn't take any credit for anything, nor the senses. the thoughts are innocent. Is the I which unconsciously takes the entire credit and therefore is discredited. That is the bondage. When you take that I, the individuality, as yourself, it attributes, drags everything onto itself to be an instrument. Even this I, this ahankar, when it becomes an instrument, it no more drags anything to itself. You revel in yourself, the nameless, formless. Ahamatma sarvabhuta sastita. I, the self, in all the beings. And wherever you see any vibhuti, mama tejonsa sambhavam. Hey Arjuna, is my glory. No human being must drag it unto himself. Nobody else, no other species drags any credit to itself. So see that for yourself. The moment you wake up, first, see that for yourself. Who you are and how all that you have, your mind, your thoughts, your senses, your body, are instruments in the hand of totality. The body sustained by the whole creation. The possibilities inherent are not your choice. Just use it as an instrument. Nimitta matram bhava. Just see that place for yourself. Just be conscious, be yourself. Just share this thought, friends. If what words that pass through me, over which what thoughts come, over which I have no control, just as an instrument, just choosing which words to speak, which one not to speak. If I don't have to take the ownership of my speech, nor should you take the ownership that you are listening to my speech. The speech happens, listening happens. Be the self, the awareness. If I cannot take the credit for the words that flows. You can't take the credit for the words that you listen. In the nature, the mountains do not take the credit for the height. The clouds do not take the credit for the rain. Why should we say, I have seen the best cloud, the best mountain? Why should we take the credit for all that is already existing? Just see that. More and more you observe, you see clearly. To be in meditation, you can't do anything whatsoever. It's already there. That is why you don't have to change anything. Your thoughts are your body. But this I, which misuses everything, be the self, the awareness, the God in you, Aham Atma, I the self in all the beings. Aham Adisya Madhyamcha Bhutanam Antarevacha. I'm the beginning, the middle and the end. Beginningless, endless existence. And that is what Arjuna sees. All in one place, nantam na madhyam, na punastavadim, pashyami, Vishweshwara, Vishwarupa. Hey Vishwarupa, all forms. When you give the name Vishwarupa, what form can you attribute? Is all forms. So invoke him as all forms. The master of the everything. Creation and creator, one and the same. Vishweshwara. Vishwasya asa Vishwarasya. It is everything, it is God. Nothing else exists. O Lord, Nantam na Madhyam na Punastavadi. Your endless, beginningless existence. Your body an inseparable part, as even your mind. Be yourself, and that's what it means to make your body and mind an instrument in the hands of the totality. Nimitta matram bhava. You can't be an instrument without being yourself. Be the self. The sense of being an instrument, being instrumental, will be natural, effortless. Never ever shall you take credit for anything. Just see that for yourself. स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगाः येनावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः तस्मै नमः. See that point, please. It's so important, especially in our times, in today's world, where there is a greater chance to completely dismiss anything subtle, because the human achievements are so overwhelming, where you completely miss out one simple perception that for us to achieve, the possibilities were already there. No scientist ever creates anything, only discovers. Can it go into your system, please? Can you see that? It should go into your thinking. If somebody discovers the gravity, force of gravity, he did not create that force of gravity, recognized this universal force. If they come to know about the movement of the stars and the planets, they did not put them in the orbit with a particular speed. If you discovered penicillin as a wonder drug, the possibility was already there. Today we are doing the stem cell research. Almost it shall cure every other disease of man. New organs can be created without any side effect. As they say, the whole possibility, the body can live for 1,000 years, maybe. What you have been listening to and reading in your Purana, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, people live only for 60 to 120 years. Jivema Saradam Sata. In Kali Yuga, the Saradam Sata. May you live 100 long years. In Treta, Dasaratha and other things, when you listen to those stories in the Mahabharata, Ramayana, they're supposed to be living 10,000 years, 20,000 years, long life. That is why, if you say they were sitting for 1,000 years meditation, that must be true, because 1/10 of their life goes under that understanding. If you are living for 60 years, it should be finished in 6 years, not 1,000 years. Appreciate, please. Don't say those rishis were meditating for hundreds of years, their lifespan was million years. So their thinking must be a little slow. Here everything quick. The nature's arrangement, you have to live the whole life inside that little moment, like a cell. Like a dog, dog's 1 year is our 10 years. So even though he lives for 12 years, maybe he lives for 120 years. Think. So if they succeed in doing this stem cell research, and the body can live for 1,000 years. There is no reason why. Therefore, we don't believe in God. There should more you should believe in totality. Why? With the possibility who left. Like scientists, like this, Einstein's celebrated statement, when he was given the Nobel Prize, and there was a party in his honor in Waldorf Astoria in Newark. When everybody was eulogizing, praising, singing his glory, Einstein was sitting down, little brooding over something. And somebody asked him, when everybody is celebrating, what are you brooding over? What are you thinking over? He says, I discovered the laws. I'm wondering who put it there. Matured perception. Or else you'll be like a child. A child who suddenly one day says, Mama, I don't need you, mother. You know, I don't need you. Child comes home, opens the fridge, takes his food, takes his milk, throws the books anywhere, goes and plays. And the mommy comes back. Child is not home, goes out and calls the baby, come here. He says, no, I don't want to. I don't need you. Why, baby, what happened? I don't need you. I know how to get my food. How? Open the fridge. Will the child ever understand? Mother has prepared and did not put it on the top of the fridge where the baby can reach. Will the child ever comprehend? That is how the universe. All possibilities are there. Everything is given for us. Advancement means recognizing these things more and more. Advancement does not mean dismissing everything more and more. That is where unconsciously we become arrogant. If somebody can sing, that power to sing, did you create? You are born with a beautiful voice. What is your contribution towards your voice? Maintenance? Yes. The voice as it is. What do you do? That your body with all the possibilities. Sound, touch, taste, smell, sight, everything in this body. Which sensation you create, the possibility of which is not there. If the tongue has no possibility of recognizing a taste, you can't enjoy it. If the body doesn't have a sensation, you cannot create it. If the eyes have no capacity to see, what are you going to see? How does a man take credit for anything? Think, friends. Yesterday, something spectacular happened. NASA scientists sent a spacecraft and bombarded the lunar surface. There is a crater. They chose a crater, and 5,000 kilometers speed, 2 missiles went, blasted it. Just to see if there is possibility of water somewhere deep inside. Naturally, the person who thought moon is a god, Chandrama manaso jata hai. If you take it literally, the moon comes from the mind of the god. Moon is the mind of the god. Now, God must have got a heavy shock. Or if a tradition worships moon as the god, our God has got a missile attack. And the person says, what nonsense, these fellows are worshipping moon. We have already destroyed the moon. Think of it. That's silly. The moon is not God. God is moon. You understand the difference? India, understand, this much is not India, but India is here. But this much is not India. Like in your body. In every part of your body you are. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Wherever I touch, I'm here. But this much is not me. Or else you take my nail and you say, brought Swamiji home. Every cell in this body is me. That is why genetic fingerprint. But that little cell is not me. That is me also, me not only. So God is moon, God is sun, Ishvara is. That word God is so misused because the concept in English language, God in heaven created the earth. So God and the earth don't go together. That is why it creates a heavy conflict in that language. When you say Ishvara, it's not sitting somewhere. At once everything. Ishavashyam idam sarvam. From childhood onwards you listen to these things. Ishavashyam idam sarvam. The person may not study any Upanishad, but if you ask him, do you believe in God? Yes. Where is he? Everywhere. That's a culture. But suppose there is a culture, you say, where is God? Somewhere is paradise, in the heaven, or somewhere under the tree, something. So other things, not godly. It's an ungodly hour. God for second place. This language expression, are you getting that? The languages express a culture. In Sanskrit, there is no computer. Why? In this culture, there was no computer. Simple. There was no English word for mango. There is no English word for kangaroo. In Australia, when these British people went there, and they saw this funny animal with a pouch and a baby, baby sitting inside, carrying his own baby inside and going, hey, what is this? They asked for the Aboriginal man, what is this? He says, kangaroo, means I don't know. So the name remained kangaroo. That is the story. He says, I don't know. Angas. When I went to South Africa, this boy is sitting here. John came. So first time when he came to India, then he just came with me to Odisha. I said, listen, if somebody asks you what is your name, you say, hey, mu Boka. Boka means good man. My name Boka. Very good. But Boka means stupid. He didn't know that. So whoever asked him, everybody tells you, who are you? Boka. Everybody will laugh. So he told me also, Swami, you need to go to South Africa. Anything anybody asks, you can give one answer. I said, what is that? Angas. I said, okay. Then I went to there, I asked, what is this Angas? I don't know. Everything. That's the correct answer for everything, isn't it? You know this? Angas. What is this? Angas. Everything. Okay, I don't know. So the person says, anyway, so you pick up a word, kangaroo, I don't know. So language. There is no language, there is no word for kangaroo in English language, but the kangaroos are not in England. In Sanskrit, what is the word for kangaroo? They will take it kangaroo, kangaravaha. Guru, guravaha, guru, gurun, like that kangaroo, sabda. So kangaroo, kangaravaha, kangarun. You have to do that, because that is the word. No, please see. Understand. You do understand the beauty of that. Why the word God is so useless now? You can't use the word God for Ishvara. Is God in English language means God in heaven. In one place. It is not an all-pervasive God. If the moment is all-pervasive God, it becomes a pantheism. Paganism. How can God be everywhere? How can God be a monkey? How can God be a fish? That is the concept. Good, bad, wrong, right, we are not here to discuss that. Because if somebody holds that belief, respect. That is. When you say the word Ishvara, understand everything. So Ishvara is moon, God is moon. But the moon by itself is not God. But because everybody holding the moon as the God, so when the scientists send a spacecraft and blast it off, what shall he say? Where is the God? Or like people will say, Sarva Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hruddesha Arjuna Tishtati. Oh Lord, hey Arjuna, God is sitting down in everybody's heart. Then you laugh at it. Why? So many open heart surgery, no God inside. It's only blood and the nonsense. Huh? Only arteries and veins and blood. There is no God inside anywhere. What is this Hridaya Hruddesha Tishtati? That is the cynicism with which the so-called modern intellectual functions. Doesn't know anything about himself. I. Who are you? Even the person doesn't sit down, drunk with this idea, inebriated with a sense of arrogance. Forgetting that intelligence given to us, by which you discover the possibilities, exploit the possibilities. Wow! The more you appreciate, the more you bow down. That is why such a beautiful verse in Sanskrit, they say, Namranti phalino vruksha, namranti gunino jana. Namranti phalino vruksha. The trees which are laden with fruits bend down. Namranti gunino jana. People with tremendous qualities, high scholarship, also bend down. Why? More you know, more and more you come to discover how much you do not know. Only a little knowledge, as they say, is a dangerous thing. In a village where poverty is rampant, a person who puts a new lungi, just a new dhoti, new dress, oh boy, he'll put a ghee on his mustache and hang around. Why? He thinks no end of himself. Everybody is poor. So with a towel, new towel means also the new bicycle, oh boy, he's the king of the kingdom, small village. Kupamanduga, living in a frog living in a well. The moment he steps out and sees, oh, people have cars. Hey, what is this car? People have plane. Oh, personal, executive jet. Somebody has a plane also. Oh, will he be proud of a cycle anymore? Arrogance means a frog in the well. Understand? If a villager, you laugh at him because he is like a frog in the well, you have extended your village to the whole world, and you are also a frog in this global village. Because universe is yet to be appreciated. One day a farmer, he came to a restaurant. Down there, and as usual, his habit is Christian prayer, he sang, oh God, thank you for the bread and all that stuff, when he started doing it. So there are some city slickers, urbanites, sitting down there, and they wanted to have a laugh at this man from the village. And he said, hey, where you come from, everybody does this? He said, no, the pigs and the donkeys do not. In a farmer I come from, only I do it. The pigs and donkeys don't do it. You understand that? So today's man is so-called intelligentsia, intelligent person is. If that man was a frog in a little village, now we are a little frog in a global village. Our mind has expanded, no doubt. Our village has expanded to the globe, but our mind is still same. It has not yet expanded into whole universe. That is why appreciation is not there. My father was insecure in a small house in a village. My great-great-great-grandfather, maybe as a hunter must have been, insecure in a cave under a tree. Today I am insecure in a 5-star condo in the greatest, biggest megalopolis. Fear has not changed. Places have changed. Understand? You are afraid of a tiger, anytime somebody can jump on you. Today you are afraid of terrorists, anywhere a bomb can go. They call themselves in English, that new expression, mushroom. The fellow was killed like a mushroom. He said, suddenly you sprout, boom, you are dead on the road. Where is the security? You were afraid of being hunted down by a tiger in the forest. Now you are hunted down by government agencies, emotionally insecure, who are hunting all the time and trying to kill everybody else. Selfish, insecure, obsessive, possessive people, grabbing more and more and more. One man's greed can destroy billions of people. As I told you, you can satisfy a poor man's need. For a billionaire poor, you cannot satisfy the poverty of a billionaire. And poverty of the billionaire shall need billions of people to be sacrificed so that he can have another billion in his bank balance. Today we are in that world. Understand? Please see that. More and more you discover in science, it should not make us proud. Rather more humble. How beautifully organized. Yesterday, that day when you saw that, when you go 10 feet, 10 meter, 100 meter, 100,000 meter, 100,000 kilometer, light year, 100 light years away, the vastness of it. Then you go down, down, down. The leaves, the chromosomes, the atoms, the proton, invisible universe. Visibly infinity, invisibly infinity. Between that, where are you? This is Upanishad. You can speak the language of science and art. It's all about expansion, being yourself. Please see that. So because you could go to moon and stars, that should not make us proud. Rather make us wonder, my God, what arrangement, how the solar system stays. Little thousands of kilometers distance here and there, nearer or farther, the mutual gravity which is holding it shall completely destroy itself. What type of cataclysm? Cosmic cataclysm. Imagine the stars out of their orbits, and one day it will happen. Why? Because your sun is a dying star. It's a dwarf star. Sun is dying. And long before sun dies, when it starts in early throes of death, it becomes a giant red star. Long before that, because of tremendous heat it produces, planets would have been melting and falling up. Imagine Earth melts and falls off. The nearest one to Sun is Buddha, the Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars. Let's say Buddha melts. What will happen? If one out of these 9 or 8 or whatever, 10 planets, whatever, now there's 8, there's 10, sometimes 9, it doesn't matter. Whatever planets are there, if one is displaced, do you know what will happen? The entire planetary arrangement shall be disturbed. Where shall you be sitting down here? My house, don't come in. My mango tree, don't touch it. You understand the language? Do you really understand this vastness? Everything thereafter, your living becomes so insignificant. That I am here, living in this universe, breathing in this universe, itself is a great blessing. I don't need anything, oh God, please, nothing. Alive, oof, the best. Alive. And therefore, instrumental. As I told you, as you are sleeping in the night, everything is happening. Your heart is still pumping, food is still digesting, blood circulation taking place, breathing is continuous. Clearly shows it is not your personal conscious activity. Are you involved with your pumping heart? But you can help that heart pump by not eating unnecessarily, fattening the artery, fattening yourself. This concept did not exist for us. Previously people were thinking, God is giving me disease. If God willing, I will live. Like population explosion, what? God is giving me, what can I do? True. The people did not know that this is how the babies are born. They thought they are having just a physical relationship. But that every time a baby is coming, the person doesn't know. So God is giving. So sometimes 20, sometimes 30. There's a football team, two basketball teams in one house. What is happening today? Why half a child only? 1, 2, no child. Why? You people know. Physically, what is your contribution towards your blood circulation? But can you maintain it? So why do you know that? Intelligence. That is where our mind starts expanding. As the generations move ahead, more and more discoveries shall be made in the outside world, about your body, about your mind. But you must know about yourself. In this explosion of objective knowledge, the subject is totally relegated to background. That is why trouble. It's so exotic. It's just like looking at the beautiful food spread out on the dinner table, hundreds of varieties, you forget you have a diabetes. No, just think of it. Just with thousands, hundreds of varieties of food there. Do you remember that time? Or do you want to remember? No. Not only you don't remember, if by chance somebody reminds you, hey, you have diabetic, don't touch that. What shall you say? Hey, forget, man. Why? This spread, where shall it come? One night. You forget. Think. Same thing when the scientists, intelligent people, thinkers, are discovering new dimensions. Who has the time to think about himself? Just think of it. The person has no time to think about himself. Just think. Most of the time, these people who are involved with deep research, their families will be totally, either they will be totally alone, single, there will be nobody with them, or by chance there is nobody, by chance there are people, they would have a, if the man or woman don't have the mission, don't have the understanding, the woman will run away or the man will run away because the other person is wedded to science. Just like somebody is, they call it football widow. Somebody is so much lost in football, the man or woman can't stay with the other person. Somebody is so computer widow. In a computer, somebody so much involved, the partner goes away. You get so involved with something, the other person runs out because that has no place in his life. You don't need those things. Scientists, fully involved in that, they are like sages, contemplative, continuously thinking. All the time the mind is thinking of the stars or planets or the molecules, atoms, biology, this and that, continuously thinking. So such people usually will be little reclusive researchers, reclusive scientists, reclusive philosophers, reclusive artists and painters, very reclusive because their mind is so much lost in that they don't have time for anybody. That is the time other people will try to drag them out. Come. Yeah, no interest. Why? Because when my mind is just wiped out by the very appreciation of the vastness and totality, what is the question of thinking about this flower is not red and enough redness? Stop it. Who cares? So they don't have the time also for themselves. Not only they don't have time for anybody, they don't have time for themselves. That is where their own little life also becomes a problem. But in self-awareness, as much you are aware of the possibilities everywhere, you also see the possibility of yourself, the reality in yourself. And when you say you are infinity, again, you don't create that infinity possibility in you. When the teacher says, you are the absolute, you are free, because the freedom is already in you, as even a scientist cannot discover something which is not inherent in the universe. No teacher, no scripture can tell something about you which is not inherent in the universe. You are infinity, not because I say. You are immortal, not because the scripture says. Because you are immortal, because you are infinity, that is why teacher says so, scripture says so. So scripture is not authority, neither the teacher is authority. So no authoritarianism. That there is law of gravity, Newton is not the authority. Newton himself was born because the gravity was already working. Suppose you say he created it, then he should have flown up when he was falling from his mother's womb. What is the pride? Understand. So more and more you discover, the more and more humbled we should be. Why? Because such possibility, such arrangements, how flawless these machines are. Incredible human machine. We must see that. There is a nice little thing by National Geography, Incredible Human Machine. There is a nice thing. I don't know, where are those things? Whenever I was looking at few things, I was always keeping one copy with me. I don't know where from my room, gone there, God knows. Anyway, if it is fine sometime, must see that. You know, one thing I'll tell you, in this Incredible Human Machine, very nice thing. Heart cells, it gives you example, heart cell. Every organ has cell, kidney cell, pancreas cell, brain cell, everything has cell. There are heart cells also there. So peculiar. Every individual heart cell has its own rhythm. One cell will say tap tap, other will say dap, other will say rum, other will say lup, other will say pop. Something. Each heart cell individualistic. Each one has a rhythm of its own. But surprisingly, the moment they two come together, so one cell is here, he is saying rum, this cell is a rup, something like. But the moment they come together, lubdub, lubdub, lubdub. He gives up his rum, it gives up his rough. Both say lubdub. So the whole heart, now billions of cells together, different sounds that was there. But the moment they come together, lubdub, 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 lubdub. No, they individuality sacrificed instrument. You may have your personal need, think. You have your personal need. You are eating something. Other person has personal need. You are eating something. Or you sleep in a particular way, you sleep with this or sleep, this pillow, that thing. But the moment you are traveling, what is the best group? Each one gives up his needs. Each one gives up his needs. Coffee is available? Yes. Not available? It's okay, not necessary. Why? You don't want to put somebody else into trouble. Hey, can you sleep on the middle level? The three tier sleeper. There is a top one, bottom one, middle one. Middle one is convenient. Everything is taken, middle one is there. You come in. Only that. No problem. I can sleep in the middle. No problem. Suppose, so all of you take the best ones. Now I am left with this one. All of you. You understand what a hell you create? Average person is like that. Always looking for personal conflict. And who is the one who philosophizes, who has got himself very comfortable in one place, then he shall say, you should not be talking like that. Then why don't you go to the second one, let him sleep where you are sleeping? Each person, you understand, the more you appreciate, you know what a really deceptive devil you are. Be honest. Can you really adjust? Just like a cell gives up its personality. Easy. Teaches us. Each one of us has our own rhythm in life. But the moment we are together, it must be a collective rhythm. That is, when you are one with Ishvara, you get that collective rhythm inside you. It's no more personal need. Amma, yours. God, yours. Ishvara, yours. How do you look into the future? How do you look into the future? Ishvara. Can you be yourself? There is no personal need. If you have a personal need, emptiness, it is like a black hole into which million things can be pushed in, still you shall be empty, empty, empty. Nothing can fill you up. You are an empty. It's a black hole. When you are happy with yourself, everything is fine. Food is there, excellent. Not there, fantastic. Dress is there, wonderful. Not good, so what? Can you sit down here? Anywhere. Like a Sufi story goes, a Sufi master, he understood the truth for himself. Then he wanted to live that lifestyle. So he wants to go into some place totally unknown, where the place where he was staying, everybody was respecting him. Everybody was respecting him. So he was tired of it. What is this? Why should I be so like a god and everybody else is ordinary? So he wants to go away, totally unknown place. And then he goes far, far away and goes to an orchard. The man who owns the orchard, he says, can I work here? He said, yes. Then the master asked, what is the orchard owner asked, what can you do? Whatever master wishes. What's your name? In whatever name you call me. Where shall you stay? Whatever accommodation you provide me. What shall you eat? Whatever is available. The man was stunned. He's a very simple person, very nice person. He said, okay, you stay here. And the Sufi master stayed there, digging, dragging, pulling, watering, doing everything as it is. Season comes, the mangoes. The best mangoes come in that orchard. Then one day, the orchard owner comes and he says, can you get me the sweetest mango from this garden? He said, how do I know? He said, you mean to say you have not tasted one mango here? He said, here I am to look after your garden. He said, you must be that, he says the great Sufi master's name, X. You must be that, sarcastically. Sarcastically telling, you must be that great Sufi master X. He keeps quiet. He was the great Sufi master. That is what life is. Just a simple thing I'll tell you. If you really appreciate who says anything about it, makes no difference. Rather, more people, sort of simple and ignorant around, it makes no difference to you. It's okay. That is how the person behaves. It makes no difference to you. Very simple. Me and Arunachal, we are walking together every morning. One gentleman was always coming by. Every time he shall say, "Oh, Swami, very nice man. Very nice man. I really enjoyed it. Tall fellow and like a police officer. But hello, Swami. Hello." We'll be doing that. Workers, friendship, workers thing. Then by chance I am alone. "Huh, Swami, what happened?" Then I said, "He's from Singapore." "Oh, Singapore Swami." So his name is Singapore Swami. I'm Swami, his name is Singapore Swami. So he said, "Oh, night day. What happened to Singapore Swami?" I said, "He's sleeping." I said, "No, he should not sleep. He should always come with you." I said, "Yes, that's right." Then we'll be going. Then it was for 1 year it was going. Then he said, "Swami, come home and one day eat food." I said, "Okay, we'll see. Sometimes time comes." Then Arunachal said, "Why don't you come to ashram, see also a place there?" "I will go, we'll go." He never came here. Then after 1.5 years almost, last 2 months back, he comes here. He sees it. Oh, everything. Now what happens? That spontaneity is gone. Now Swami means, I hate it. I was telling her, I said, "Look at man, that was some entertainment, now that is gone." You see, because when people don't know about this, then they're just ordinary person. It's so nice to be treated like a just ordinary man. Only person with emptiness wants to be treated as a god. The god will like to be treated as an ordinary person. That is why Krishna, when he was going to, Vidura's house, what was he eating? Rice and sag. Sag means greens. Duryodhana invited to the palace, "Please come." You have it. That man invites and gives him rice and greens. Sudama, his friend, brings fried beaten rice, popcorn. When he brings his food, the story is like that. When Sudama brings in, he says, "Oh, my friend has brought it." He first one, then two. Lakshmi held his hand. He said, "Don't do that." Why? With one thing you have taken, he has got everything now. Second thing you took, I have to go. Because when God eats your thing, means what? The totality is satisfied. It's like disrespecting ambassador, you disrespect the country. Why this attitude in life? That when somebody is, why this worship of a sadhu, worship of wise people? Why is it so? Because when that person eats, the whole universe eats with it. The Pandavas, when they did that, there was a big war. After the Mahabharata war was over, Pandavas wanted to do a Rajasya Yajna to atone for all that they have done. So many people have been killed, so a huge ritual was going on. And they are feeding free food for everybody. So they want to know how many people are eating. And this, for every 1,000 people, one bell will ring, computerized bell. Every time it goes. 1,000 people finished, one bell goes. And so many times ringing. So Bhima and Arjuna and all this, they were very now suddenly feeling proud. Oh, thousands of people who have been feeding. Krishna saw that. He said, "This is rubbish. God cannot take this arrogance. Why? How can somebody take the credit?" Understand? So, that time there is a poor man. His father's ceremony was that day. He had invited everybody to eat, nobody will come. When royal dinner is there, royal lunch, who is going to go to this ordinary man's house for food? Eh? So he, poor thing, put up a plate, put up a leaf and put it outside for any guest to come and eat. And when he was putting it there, and the one person starts eating. That is the time here almost this Pandava's food is over. But this bell started ringing non-stop, as though thousands of people are eating every second. Then this Bhima and others are surprised. Hey, what is this? There is nobody here eating. How this bell is ringing? Krishna said, run, 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 find out who is eating now. They find out Durvasa or some rishi is eating that food. Not Durvasa, some other rishi. The name is there. He was eating the food. He comes. Why? When he is eating, his individuality is not there. Along with him, as the whole universe existing. When you touch this, if you don't name it ashram or adhyanamalai, what are you touching? Universe. When individuality is taken away, instrument is Ishvara. God is functioning. The totality is functioning through you. You are not there. That is why, understand, there is no individual will anymore. Whatever happens, his wish. So when you see this, more and more, this intelligence, because of the intelligence, we should not be proud, we should not be arrogant, humble. Why? Whatever we are discovering today, if we can keep this body going, from 100 years to 1,000 years to 10,000 years, possibility is already in the creation. How did I do it? Ishvara. I am with myself. Therefore, Bhagavan points out, hey Arjuna, read this, read this. Sri Bhagavan uvache kalosmi loka kshayakrut prabuddha lokan samahartumiya pravrittah rute pitva na bhavishyanti sarve yeva stita pratyanikeshu yodha tasmat tvamuttishta yasho lavasva jitva satrun bhungsva rajyam samruddham Mayyevaite nihata purvameva nimittamatram bhava sabhyasachin Mayyevaite nihata purvameva nimittamatram bhava sabhyasachin. See that. Please contemplate over this verse today. Whole day you think over this. Maya eva nihata purvameva. Everybody has been already killed by me. Hey Arjuna, rute vitvana bhavishanti sarve. Even without you, none of them shall survive. Everything shall move in this creation in spite of you, not because of you. The day even the king passes, nothing stops even for a moment. In 1 hour time, new king is anointed. You are forgotten, replaced. A person who considers himself indispensable is such a nut. A person who considers himself indispensable, that without me nothing will happen. Try it out as a rehearsal. Keep up for a few days and see things are running or not running. It may run better or it may run worse, but it shall run. Even if incarnations disappear, everything continues to run. Where is Rama? Where is Krishna? Where are these so-called, call them whatever they like, special guys coming in? Even the person, forget the totality, even the ordinarily in your own little life. Oh, without my husband I cannot live. Without my wife, my child, they die. What happens? Next day you want to commit suicide, but somehow you survive. Planning marriage after 3 months. How? Who cannot be dispensed with? You keep up for a few days and see how many people phone you up. Your phone will not ring. Your phone will not ring. You have to continuously come, and that is why, drinking buddies, alcoholics, you have to go every day to the alcohol, to the pub. If you don't go, nobody will miss you. When they see you, they may say, hey, why didn't you come? That much. But they will continue with their habit. That is why when you enjoy, you are together. When you are an alcoholic and suffering, you will be alone in your room. Understand? The earlier you appreciate these things, the better it is. This sense of importance that we we attribute to ourselves. Without me, things will not run. I see. The universe must have started keeping you in mind, You must be such nuts to think like that. Are you getting that? "60 years back, 70 years back, 80 years back, 100 years back, we were not there. Everything was going. We shall go, everything shall continue. In between, how we use the universe, how I use my life, my mind, my body, my senses, and how much I harmonize with the universe, that is important. You don't have to contribute anything to the world as long as you are not destroying it enough. That is why nimitta matram. Are you getting that? Long before you become somewhere little stubborn, stupid, emotionally obsessive, physically, possessive, obsessive. Think before you throw a tantrum. How do I throw a tantrum? Go there. This buttermilk is so watery. Water already added with milk. People are not getting water. You are getting at least watery buttermilk, no? Watery? Yes. True. Just think. The food is not up to standard. All right. Produce some good food and bring. That will be really nice. Like you read a book. It's a useless book. Write a better one. Ramana Maharshi, when he was there, somebody made a translation of his book from Tamil to Sanskrit. Somebody had done it, Tamil to Sanskrit. There is so many people are around him, Tamil scholars were around him, some Sanskrit people are also there. How is the book? He read it. It was nice. I mean, some places little difference here and there, but it was nice. Another person gave it a scholar. He said, how is this? Oh, it's useless. He said, don't talk like that. Do you respect somebody's labor? The labor of love the person has translated. Improve upon it if you like, but don't say it is useless. Can you do one? No, then don't talk. But people have these off-the-cuff remarks, creating crisis out of nothing. Why? Totally lost sight of yourself. When you lose sight of yourself, important things are forgotten. My personal needs are more important than the needs of the whole universe. It is just like, for my personal need, I shall sell out the interest of the country. I sell this military secret for $500,000. I don't care whether thousands of lives in the border compromised. The enemy can destroy them. But I have $1,000,000, so I can have a personal holiday. I can have a fancy car. That is why these are treacherous people. Hang them, shoot them. If you do that for that, little it happens in a little family, 4 or 5 members. When one person for his personal need sacrifices the need of the totality. For your personal need, you sacrifice everybody's need. Simple example, there was a person who was managing our place in Madras, an ashram. It's an ashram. Ashram means so many people come. This person, instead of asking help for the ashram or orphanage or school, he shall ask for personal donation. My son is studying, my son is doing this, can you help somebody? Now a visitor has come, I'm giving an example. A visitor has come. He has not come to see your son or your wife or your husband. He has come to see the place. He can come to be in the ashram, come to be in the teaching, studying. Now this person tells the person as he is standing there and suppose giving 20 rupees donation, he is asking, can you do something for my son? He is studying in this class, he has got this trouble. Now how will that fellow feel? If he does not give, feels uncomfortable. Why? This is the phase he has to meet. If he gives, it is like an extortion. What shall he say? That news never comes to me, because for them it is too small thing to report, but they drop out of the ashram. Visitors, they don't come anymore. Why? For the personal need of one person, the interest of the organization sacrificed. It can happen in a school, in a college, in a hospital, in a room, in a government agency, in your family, and also in your personal life. Listen carefully. Don't think that it happens everywhere. In your personal life, you have a need for a drink. Listen, you are a drunkard. You are also a father. You are also a mother. You are also a husband. You are also a wife. You are a brother of somebody. But you are also a drunkard. When you identify the drunkard, you sacrifice the needs of everybody. The sister in you, the brother in you, the husband in you, the wife in you, the mother in you, the child in you, completely disrespects everybody. I drink. Your personal satisfaction destroys your mother, your father is destroyed, your mother is destroyed, your children are destroyed, your husband is destroyed, your wife is destroyed. Everybody, every relationship is destroyed. Why? My need to drink. Are you getting that point, please? It's not organization only. You understand? You are an organization. You are in a working organization. Only if you can fix up inside you, you can be a decent person outside. As long as you have personal needs and personal emptiness, forget it. Wherever you go, your personal needs will manifest. And imagine 10 people you have given, each one takes care of his personal need. Country is gone to dogs. Any organization will go to dogs. Because each one is taking care of his personal need, My room only I clean. Your room, you clean. So garbage, in front of my room. The whole ashram is dirty. Personal rooms are clean. But the whole ashram is dirty. Country becomes poor. A poor country with rich people, India. Everybody is rich, but they don't think of the riches of the whole world. My house, I am in a 5-star. Why 5-star? All-star house. And outside me, not my concern. Poor country with rich people. Whereas the other countries where suppose you are organized, everybody takes care. Inside your house may be going crazy, but outside you have maintained it very nicely. So the whole country is a garden. Back home in India, the whole country is a garbage den. Listen. another dimension, psychological dimension. You organize the whole world, but you don't organize your life. So house looks beautiful, road looks beautiful. You are crazy, psychologically and nuts. Another person, I'm very happy with myself, right? But I don't take care of anything. What type of world it will be? Can you organize both? So this nimitta is an amazing thing. Please dwell upon this. When you are with yourself, happy with yourself, automatically it becomes an instrument in the hand of the God, the totality. Call it Ishvara, call it God, call it truth, call it Sarvam, Shivam, Vishnu, Shiva, Hari, X, Y, Z, Alpha, Beta, Omega, Gamma, whatever you say. Samashti, Vyashti, totality, individual. You stand in yourself. Naturally, you know this body is an instrument. You have found it for some time. How you maintain your instrument? How you maintain your car? Giving it a wash, keeping it clean, giving it the right type of fuel. You maintain. Once in a while overhauling, making it run every day, or the battery will be down. Just like that, your body. Without this vehicle, can you have an access to the universe? No. Therefore, keep it in good shape. Make it run every day. Right fuel, whatever needs it has to be fed. Same thing, senses, sense organs. Eyes have to maintain, don't keep it dirty. Ears have to maintain, tongue has to maintain, taste, smell, everything. The whole body has to be maintained as it is. It's a beautiful instrument. And also your thoughts. Pick up all thoughts in the world. Because mind can have the, how many gigabyte memory? Huh? Trillions of memory. Million gigabyte memory. Trillions of memory. Trillions of bytes. Memory is there. So which one you should use? How much memory you should have? Any. That you have a memory is not a problem. Which one you are using? So before you use, you know yourself. So whole thing is instrument, and you maintain that instrument. Your body, your house, your thing, your life. When that is touched by Ishvara, divinity, everybody is instrument. No instrument thinks, I am better than the other instrument. Take that. Does an instrument think I am better than the other instrument? Nor you have an inferiority complex, lesser than another instrument, you know. An instrument is instrument. There is no sense of better instrument or lesser instrument. I am an instrument. Instruments don't compare. That is why life becomes beautiful. You compare, you are finished. The moment you compare, he is getting better things, I am getting lesser things. He is getting more attention, I am getting less attention. He is getting more facility, I am getting less facility. He is more respected, I am less respected. Hey, instruments do not consider these things. What is instrument? God's will be done. Ishvara. Whatever happens, I take care. And what is this God's will? You know yourself who you are. And therefore, it becomes an instrument. Instrument ceases to be an instrument when I identify with the instrument. Body ceases to be an instrument when I say, I am the body. Are you getting that point, please? When I say, I am the body, I ceases to be the instrument. Body ceases to be the instrument. When I say, I am the mind ceases to be an instrument. Why? Because I am interfering. Body says, enough. Think, you are eating food. And the body says, enough. I say, one more. Now is it instrument? The instrument is possessed. You know in your heart of heart, you are doing wrong. It tells you. You are being stupid. But the eye says, so what? Finished. Nimitta matrama. Here Arjuna, as he says, you are the mighty warrior. Don't think you are going to kill. And even if you say, I'm going to kill, therefore I withdraw, they will still be dead. None of them can survive because I have already touched them. Kalosmi, I am the time. Prabuddha Kalosmi. I am the time, most unseen, timeless, ever existent. Everybody is touched by time. Escape the touch of time and change. Rute pitva. Even if you do not fight, they shall pass. Nimitta matram bhava. Be an instrument. Oh, so God is asking him to kill. Next verse says, Dronam cha Vismam cha Jayadratham cha Karnam tathanyan apyoda viran. Hey Arjuna, not only these people, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, Pandavas, all of you, Anyan apyoda viran, all of you included, are already killed. You do it. Why? This is where role playing comes. Body is already dead. So my privilege is in living or dying. To die, what should you do? Already dead. So what is there to do? You live, you will die. Are you getting that? So living is your privilege, not dying. Understand? Living is not your privilege. Dying is not a privilege. Living is your privilege. Live automatically. And how do I live? As an instrument. Appreciating everything as is. No more attributing anything to myself. Yet using my body, using my intelligence, and being myself as I am. Nimitta matram bhava. We shall see more of it later on. Close your eyes, please.